everybody. Thy Lord Root here, and thy Lady Root, she wanted me to start dedicating games to her, and so I thought I would dedicate this playthrough of Star Trek the 25th Anniversary Edition to her, and I'm going to play it a little bit differently than most people. So most people like to play a diplomatic Kirk from what I've been able to tell. This is actually a game I grew up with.
The final frontier.
Although, when it came out, I was
of the Starship
little
Enterprise.
kid.
Its mission? To explore strange new worlds.
I've decided to play the
discover
Anti-Kirk.
new life and new civilizations.
The Kirk
To
that
boldly go where
does
no
not
man has gone before.
really do anything right, and I want to see how far I can get in the game by doing that. And so, we'll start, and when we move forward, it'll throw us straight into a mission.
Demon World.
Quite a technically good.
Though the Enterprise's primary mission is peaceful exploration, the galaxy holds many surprises. To be prepared, we are conducting a mock battle with the USS Republic.
It's a technically good.
Captain Patterson reports the Republic is in position and ready to begin, Captain.
The Republic is arming weapons and raising shields. I suggest we do the same, Captain.
I'm not going to do any of those things. What I am going to do is I'm going to completely stop my throttling and wait for this guy to come after
The computer estimates the Enterprise's warp drives have overloaded and exploded.
Not my engines!
It's just a simulation, Scott.
Captain Patterson says better luck next time, sir.
Lowering shields and disarming weapons.
Message coming in from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Jim, the Enterprise is ordered to travel to Pollux 5. The natives report that alien life forms have been attacking the settlers near a mine at Mount Idle. You are to report to the High Prelate of the colony. The settlers are members of the Acolytes of the Stars sect. The description of the attackers vary, but all say that the attackers resemble creatures from many Earth religions known as demons. Starfleet wants you to determine the nature of these creatures and to resolve the situation without bringing harm to the colonists. Starfleet out.
Okay, so I was going to say this game was actually quite technically stunning for its time. But you had to read the manual and really figure out how to play it. Usually when you start out, you're stuck in this mode to where you're flying the ship around. And the way you can, first of all, you need to, if you actually do want to do the battle like that, you can press
Arming weapons.
to toggle your weapons. Left click does the phasers, and right click does your photons. And then
Raising
F
shields.
to raise your shields.
Disarming weapons.
I'm going
Lowering
to bring them
shields,
down for now because we don't need them, but this isn't very useful to us. So we can hit tab and it'll put us on the bridge like this. And we can ask Scott numerous things
I don't know how long she can take it, Captain.
like that. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. We have Sulu, who is responsible for things like going into orbit
Raising shields.
and the shields.
Lowering shields, Captain. May I respectfully remind the Captain that we haven't accomplished our mission, sir.
We have Chekhov, who can do a number
Arming
of
weapons.
things like arming
Disarming weapons.
the weapons and disarming the weapons. He also is our navigator. And then there's Spock as well. We can talk to him.
I advise referring to the star map and setting a course for the Pollux system, sir.
And this is actually the deal with the star map. I'm going to just click on Kirk real quick and save the game.
Save new game.
We'll call this Anti-Kirk. And, if we click on Chekhov, we can warp. But let's just randomly click, like here.
We're off course, Captain.
There are Elassie ships closing rapidly, Captain.
This is a mess now, isn't it?
Damage control standing by, sir.
Message from the Elassie captain, sir.
On screen, Lieutenant.
You shouldn't have come here, Kirk. Now we must destroy you.
Now, I wonder, is it possible to get out of this?
Arming weapons.
Raising shields.
Probably not. Oh. There's enough of them probably to destroy me. But, in order to get around that, there's a star map, which, you know, right now we can't.
Unable to comply, Captain. We're...
So if we go back and we load the game, and we play the game properly, what we can do is we can look up on our star map, which if you buy this game from GOG, it comes with the game, and we'll just come over here, and we'll warp to the right place. This guy right here, I believe, is where we want to go.
We have arrived at Pollux 5.
And we can hit O to enter orbit.
Entering standard orbit.
Now, I'm going to probably save a lot. But I wonder, what happens if we just beam down
Spock,
to the...
come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the car.
Oh, we can beam down unannounced.
This is so much better, gentlefolk. We are honored at your presence, and hope you will find peace here in our haven.
So, we're down
Captain,
the
the flora
planet.
on this planet is very interesting. I wonder how useful it may be for medicinal purposes.
We're down the planet. I'm going to click on... I think if you hit escape, it brings up the menu while you're on the planet.
Save new
I'm
game.
going to
Replace previous game.
be saving quite frequently just to make sure that I do not irreparably, you know, screw up the game. For instance, there are some things you can't do.
Jim, are you out of your mind?
Like, you can't...
Stop pointing that damn thing at me, Jim.
You can't point the phasers
Sir, the way you've been waving that around is making me very nervous.
at random people.
Jim, you should relax a little more.
Jim, I see no need for using your phaser here.
The man's in perfect health.
Well, why did they bring us down here?
There's nothing there requiring a ship's...
Okay, but there are other actions as well.
You fail to obtain anything.
For instance, you can grab things. It's possible to
High
look at
Prelate
them.
Angiven waits patiently for you to decide what you will do next.
And you can speak.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. We have received word that alien life forms are creating problems at your mining facilities at Idle Mountain. Tell me more. Most High Prelate Angiven, I am honored to meet you. I consider it my divine duty to assist you in any possible way with the spawn of the devil. Been seeing ghosts and boogeymen, eh? I find that a little hard to believe.
This seems like the proper response. I'm gonna go with
Starfleet
that.
recognizes our freedom to worship and believe as we see fit, Captain. I'm surprised that you do not share that feeling. Rest assured that Starfleet Command will be informed of your rudeness.
Aside from seeing demons, has any hard data been collected? Any evidence I could see? Demons, gates of hell? This is the 23rd century.
I tend to agree
A
with
skeptic
that.
would consider everything merely anecdotal or unproven. My people will gladly tell you their own stories, so you need not hear it secondhand through me.
What can you tell me about the mine itself? You're wasting the time of a starship capable of destroying this planet with campfire stories? No wonder you were dumped out here in the middle of nowhere. What can you tell me? You're wasting the time of a...
The area is exceptionally stable tectonically, and easy for our machinery to work in, praise God. We've mined for hafnium and a variety of useful trace elements. The deeper we dig, however, the more anomalous the variety of minerals seems to be. Our Ignatius brother Stephen has his own theories about why this might be. Either way, the anomalies inspired Brother Canbury to conduct studies inside the mine. Yesterday, He reported discovering a strange door. A gate to hell, surely, for the demons caused a cave-in immediately. Kendry was trapped, unconscious, and the demons prevent us from rescuing him. We can only hope he is still alive. We need your help, Kirk. You may have no respect for our beliefs, but I hope you will look beyond that. Godspeed.
Well, it looks like we have no other choice but to follow suit.
Remnants of a recent snowfall cover the ground.
Let's see.
A quickly constructed Spartan shelter, primarily used by fledgling colonies. A quickly
Okay,
constructed...
they're both the same. I am just going to go into one of these here. Let's talk to this guy.
This man is in no condition to talk. He is too busy consoling the wounded man. He is too busy consoling the wounded man.
My Uncle John lived with the Acolytes a long time ago. He died in their service helping plague victims on New Ontario 6 20 years ago.
The Acolytes did a lot of good work for the needy in this quadrant.
It will be good to help them for a change.
Definitely. And so I'm going to help this man by putting him out of his misery.
May I suggest using a more diplomatic approach to questioning the colonists? Force will gain us little, if anything.
Well, they don't seem to be speaking much.
Jim, this isn't the OK Corral. Now put that thing away.
Please, do not aim your phaser at me, sir. I thought dueling with phasers had been outlawed, sir. I thought dueling with phasers had been...
Fascinating. Doctor, isn't this behavior indicative of acute paranoia? Captain, your behavior is illogical. Behaving in this manner does not suit a Starfleet captain.
Nor does any of my other behavior, Spock.
Is this a game you used to play with Finnegan at the Academy?
Ooh, that's actually pretty insulting. Finnegan was a bully that picked on, Kirk when he was at Starfleet Academy. Well, you know what, I guess we can
I am
talk
worried
to this
about
guy.
Brother Chubb. Can you examine him, Doctor?
He wants us to examine him. So we got two kinds of tricorders here. We have Spock's tricorder.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Which
I detect various pieces of mining equipment, but nothing of note.
is useful for finding out about your surroundings. And then we have the medical.
Jim, this man has suffered severe physical injuries to his head and arm. The wounds have been adequately cared for. However, he has developed a Nugarian infection. If not treated swiftly, the effects can be fatal. The infection can normally be treated with hypoditoxin, but there's none on the Enterprise.
I may be of some assistance. The Lorexian berry grows near the mouth of the cave. If I could acquire it, I would be able to synthesize the hypoditoxin from the berry. Unfortunately, the demons prevent us from approaching the cave entrance. Perhaps you could retrieve it for me.
So I'm going to assume, I don't know if there's much else that we could do here.
A sturdy man of advanced years whose blue eyes meet yours with clarity, curiosity, and directness. Ensign Everts cannot take his eyes off the sight of Mount Idle.
Okay, we'll go there, man. Oh, we have Klingons.
Save new game. Replace previous game.
There we go. Apparently nothing happens if we just stand here.
You get no
I guess we are forced to attack.
You see a small explosion, and the Klingon's hand falls to the ground with a dull thud.
I guess they don't make Klingons like they used to, sir.
Well, he seems
This is definitely not a real
Captain, we registered phaser fire and an unknown energy beam. Is everyone okay?
We're fine. Did you register any disruptor fire?
No, Captain. Why? Are there Klingons down there?
No, just an idea, Kirk out.
Fascinating. I begin to suspect that we have stumbled upon something that the colonists would never have uncovered.
What is it, Spock?
I wish to gather further data before making a definite conclusion, Captain.
Well, that's not very helpful, Spock.
This is not a Klingon, Captain. Not a real one. It is an organic construct, an android-like robot. It looks like a Klingon, but the appearance is entirely superficial.
Well, maybe it would be good for us to walk over here, because... You reckon you could move, Spock? I want that dude's hand. There we go.
The path is surrounded by some beautiful shrubbery.
But that's not what I
It's the
want.
Klingons' detached hand.
Let's see.
One Starfleet issue medical tricorder to a...
Let's try this again. We'll get over.
This is a detached hand with some kind of circuitry in the palm, Captain.
Okay. Maybe we should grab it.
You take the Klingons'
And I'm just going to go up to the cave. Those are probably the berries he was talking about.
various types of berries grow amongst the bushes.
I bet you, in fact,
One Starfleet issue.
if we go here,
These seem to be Laraxian berries, Captain. They have several medicinal uses, but
those are definitely the berries. that
Jim,
we
these are the berries we need.
I guess we'll grab those as well.
You have retrieved a sample of...
Let's just walk into the cave. I think that's the best thing to do at this point. Come on, go in all the way.
A large metallic door is set in the structure. A large pile of rubble blocks what appears to be a large metallic structure.
Well then.
I recommend as thorough an analysis of this area as possible.
Really?
Jim, the next time you need medical help on a snowball,
Bones.
I'll probably end up coming along.
No sign of demons, Klingons, or other hostiles, Captain. I promise, I'll let you know the instant something appears.
Don't be too anxious, Ensign. We may want to talk with them.
Well, let's start using the tricorder.
Fascinating, Captain. This door is made of an unknown material. It is clearly built by an alien race we have no knowledge of. Captain, there are several weak points in the cave-in's structure. Careful use of our phasers from the top down should be able to clear it.
Sounds good to me. Oh, we can't do it that way, but I bet you we can do it this way.
Assume firing positions.
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, well.
Assume firing positions.
There is no apparent effect.
I guess we're done
That action would be complete.
clearing the rocks.
Why would you want to do that? Let's not go misusing a medical kit, Jim.
Yes, McCoy, let's, not heal our own crewmate. rushed to the conclusion was dead.
This man is badly hurt and suffering from shock and exposure as well. There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor. There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
I'm not the only one that's being a bastard here, apparently.
It was a near thing, but he'll live.
Okay. Now here's the question.
Don't you remember the Prime Directive, Captain?
Kirk never remembers the Prime
Oh,
Directive.
thank you, kind souls, for saving my life. Let me rest here for a little before returning to report this miracle to Prelate Angiven.
Well, there's really nothing we can do. I guess we'll just have to go back. Now we need to give this guy the berries, I believe.
Jim, these need to be processed first.
Well, why didn't you mention that, Bones?
Nothing happens.
Good! You have found the berries. Bring them to my lab, quickly.
Wherever that is.
Ah, I see you found the berries. Meet me in my lab. Ah, I see you found the berries. Meet me in my lab.
He is too busy consoling.
I guess the lab must be the other building. Now I'm wondering, is it possible to get away without healing the wounded man?
Welcome to my study. Feel free to look around. My medical and scientific equipment is surely not so sophisticated as you're accustomed to, but if there's anything you wish to use, please feel free. Also, I would be interested in anything you might have to show me.
Let's maybe hand him the berries.
The settings on the RDAC 4 have already been adjusted. Simply place the berry in the machine and the hypoditoxin will be synthesized.
Okay, what's the RDAC for?
An antiquated molecular synthesizer sits in the corner. A glass-fronted display of mineral specimens, including a meteorite, a few fossil shells, the skull of a cat-sized alien animal, and a very encrusted twist of metal. An old-fashioned computer. It appears to have some type of simulation running. This appears to be a study and lab. The equipment looks very ancient. Assorted pieces of glass rest on this table, from ancient beakers to double burners.
Okay, I guess, see what Spock has to say.
This study represents a man with a keen mind, Captain. To judge by what I see, there is little which does not interest him. The equipment is antiquated, but practical.
This place looks real comfortable. Place to combine work, contemplation. The man's got an eye for the beauty of useful things and for the use of beautiful things. I think we could get along fine.
You know, McCoy has a real cavalier attitude.
Well, what happens next?
I never dreamed that Starfleet would be interested in my discoveries, Captain. But our God often surprises us.
Yeah, let's completely forget about the guy next door who is in excruciating pain. I'm the only one around here trying to get answers.
There's nothing there requiring a ship's...
You see, I'm not even...
A vintage 801286 of the mid-21st century. It is a fine museum piece.
Interesting.
Residue of several different compounds are in the tubes. None of the compounds would explain the sightings. Nothing to report. I read a collection of small items of no evident value. I would characterize this as a small museum display, Captain.
Well,
Fascinating, Captain. It is an RDAC 4 molecular synthesizer, a museum piece in perfect working order.
Okay, that's the RDAC 4. Let's just stick this guy in there.
The machine synthesizes a quantity of hypoditoxin.
We've got to get this to Brother Chubb as quickly as possible, Jim.
Well, it's too late now, McCoy. You wanted to hang around here and do nothing. But I guess we'll go with... You think you could take a little bit more interest in your patients next time? Okay, let's see. I guess that must be it.
Thank you. You're most kind.
Oh, his name's Brother Chubb. It's,
You get no response.
I am Brother Griznash. I went up the mountainside in solitary prayer, seeking to face my fears. Indeed, I found them. A bellowing Krognik demon with sharp teeth and a long snout descended upon me in a rush of wind.
Captain, a Krognik demon has a decidedly wolfish appearance. Brother Griznash, is this not the traditional shape of the Evil One and his minions among Tellarites?
It is.
I believe this may be significant, Captain.
Brother Kandre was, or is, my partner. I was on the communications link when the demons caused the rockfall and silenced him. He said he'd found a strange door with devilish writing. Truly, he came upon the gate of hell itself.
I am Brother Stephen, an Ignatiate following the holy teachings with mind and soul alike. I believe the anomalous mineral readings in combination with evidence of ancient disturbances in this otherwise highly stable geologic location indicates previous habitation of the region eons ago.
Why, Spock, you two should get along fine. He sounds just like you.
I would be equally honored to discuss medicine with you, Doctor, as science with your Vulcan associate. Let me continue. I believe our God made humans, aliens, and demons all. If I could get a real demon into my study, I would bless our God for the opportunity, as I thank him for everything in this life.
You tread close to unholy knowledge, Brother Stephen.
I appreciate your prayers, Brother Roberts. Captain, if you and your people go up the mountain, I hope afterward you will visit me in my study, which is next door. I'm too old to make the trek myself, but I'm eager for knowledge. In return, I will offer you what insights our God grants these old eyes.
well, I can't imagine what insight that is, but I will maybe show him the
What
hand.
an interesting artifact. It appears to have been damaged. When you have a chance, take it to my lab and we'll see if it can be repaired.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Let's see what else we can offer him.
Nothing to report, Captain.
I guess it's off to the lab then. Let's see.
Nothing happens.
Mr. Spock, see what you can do about that ad.
This machinery is delicate, but I have managed to repair the circuitry.
See how the fingertips have micro-sized sensors? I wonder what use they may have.
So do I. Let's talk to this guy here.
I never dreamed that Starfleet would be interested in my discoveries, Captain. But how...
The glass case is locked. You fail to obtain anything. You fail to...
Mr. Spock, see what you can dig up from that old-fashioned computer terminal.
Captain, this appears to be a model of the Earth. Notice how it models a proper situation for a total eclipse.
You are interested in my little museum of curiosities?
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about it. Where did you find all? Looks like a pile of junk if you ask.
Everything of this world is secondary to the perfection of the next, Captain.
Let's see.
There is nothing at the moment from me to...
You get no response. You get no response.
I never drew...
I may have. I'm not sure about this.
There is nothing at the moment from me to do.
Maybe I could get Spock here.
I fail to see the logic in...
No, of course not. Let's see if I let him.
You are interested in my little...
Looks like a pile of junk. Yes, tell us about these things. Where did you find all this?
Here and there. Much of it was brought to me by others exploring widely.
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about these things.
I enjoy talking about these treasures. Shall I go into mineral specimens? True curiosities, nothing more. I think they're very pretty. Shall I go in mineral specimen? Meteorite. I believe this is evidence of the cataclysm which destroyed the moon of Pollux 5 eons past. I've constructed a theoretical model based on analysis of the planet's rings of what things might have been like.
Drop my cigarette.
I think that the moon, like Earth's moon, would have made a total eclipse of the sun possible. I would have liked to have seen that. For conditions making a perfect total eclipse are rare in the universe. Our God creates great wonders. Shall I go into mineral specimen?
This
Maybe
guy
a fossil
is
shell.
obsessed with
One of
his
the
mineral
oldest forms I've
specimens.
seen on this planet. Our God makes beautiful things indeed. Shall I go into minerals? Meteor fossil skull of a small alien animal. The skull of a modern Silati, the largest creature native to this planet, about the size of a house cat from Earth. The Salatis combine a rather insectoid pattern with four-legged reptilian form, including praying mantis-like forelimbs. Shall I go into mineral specimen? Meteorite fossil shells. One of the oldest forms I've seen on this planet. Our God makes beautiful things indeed. Shall I go into mineral meteorite fossil shell? Skull twist of metal. This chunk of rock is a greatly weathered example of a vanadium tungsten alloy, which doesn't occur naturally. It is my best evidence that the area was previously inhabited. Shall I go into mineral meteor fossil skull twist, or would you rather move on to something? Very well. I can't imagine why, but if you have a further interest in any of this, take what you like. But please remember to return my treasures when you're done with them.
Well, I guess we might as well take everything.
You are interested in...
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask. Yes, tell us about these things. Where did you find all this? Looks like a... Yes, tell us about...
Shall I go in minerals? True curiosity. Shall I go in minerals specimens?
Okay.
Or would you... Very well. You are interested?
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about these.
Shall I go with minerals? Shall I go with mineral specimens? Or would you... Very well.
I know what I need to do. I need to grab these guys here. And grab pretty much everything. I'm going to keep everything I can as a souvenir, I think. I mean, he's got replicas of them. In his case, anyway, the real thing is missing. And...
we don't need any more berries, Jim.
I disagree.
We don't need any more berries.
Fine, we'll go into the cave.
This looks like some of the hand security panels on the Enterprise.
Oh, does it now?
It appears to be a security lock designed to open the door when the correct handprint is registered.
I can't think of a single thing we have in our inventory that will allow that to be used.
The hand circuitry triggers...
I'm gonna save here as,
Save new game. Replace previous...
This could be dangerous. Let's see.
It is an alien life support system, Captain, utilizing geothermal energy. It is still functioning, waiting for some sort of signal. It is an alien life support system, Captain. It is an alien life support...
Okay. I guess we have no other option but to use it. Although there's other things here. There's that little control panel there.
Fascinating, Captain. It is a diagram of a lunar eclipse of this planet. See how the red sphere, the moon, is casting a shadow on the blue sphere, Pollux 5. This must be a very old piece of work, because this planet's moon was destroyed thousands of years ago. The machinery is waiting for the gravitational pull of another eclipse to activate it. An eclipse that will never come. And one other thing, Captain. This may also be a diagram showing the proper settings on that control panel.
Well then.
You failed to obtain...
I guess we need to use it. I'm gonna try something like this. Maybe neutralizing everything will get it to work.
Welcome to our home.
Stop. You're trespassing on Federation territory. I welcome you on behalf... We did fix your machine. Can we write the repair bill off against... Stop. You're trespassing...
Violence is hardly necessary, Captain Kirk. We owe you a debt for your service to us, and are more than willing to peacefully coexist with your kind. We call ourselves Nowians. Thousands of years ago, we saw that meteor impacts were going to cause an ice age. We created this huge underground shelter to preserve our race, keeping us in suspended animation until the planet had recovered. We programmed the machinery to revive us at the next eclipse, but we did not count on the destruction of our moon.
Some advanced civilization. Perhaps you can tell us about the demon. Some advanced civilization.
There is no need for disrespect, intruder. Our race is old and powerful, wise in many things, like our guardians, for example. The demons, as you call them, are created by a machine designed to keep intruders away from our sleep chambers. It pulls from the minds of any approaching creature their most feared enemy and produces replicas to scare them away. For you and your crew, it was Klingons. For the Tellarites, a wolf demon. And for the other humans, a demon from their religion. On behalf of my people, thank you for waking us. I will turn off the machinery which creates our guardians, so that they no longer bedevil those with whom we now share our home. Oh, woe! Alas! The key is missing. I can do nothing. Even we will suffer the attacks of our own guardians unless the key can be found. I implore you, if you can help, please do so.
I think I'm going to...
Save new game.
Save here.
Replace previous...
Because because, well, first of all, I'm kind of curious if I can pull the phaser on this
Jim,
dude.
think about that skull we picked up from Brother Stephen. Now look at this alien. See the resemblance?
There is no need for violence, Captain. We are a peaceful people. Our patience is exhausted. Now feel our wrath.
You meet your death at the hands of a race that could have been your ally. What a waste. Better luck next time. Load a previously saved game.
Sounds good, thank you. Yeah, we probably should have
Jim, think about that skull.
been a little bit more diplomatic there.
A child? No, I see many differences. This must be what our people who did not slumber have become. Still, I would like to see these remains properly interred according to the precepts of our religion. May I keep this?
Of course. I think you will get along well with it. I think I should return it to where I got it from. No, I want to keep it as a memento for myself.
Let's see.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Well, maybe.
You found the key. I can now turn off the machinery creating our guardians, and no more sentience shall be at risk. Surely the Holy One smiles upon us all. I have no way to thank you, Captain, but please carry this request from my people to yours. We have much ancient knowledge we can share, and we would like to join your federation. Go in peace.
I will be glad to accept your application to the Federation. We shall have a diplomatic envoy sent to make the final arrangements.
We look forward to meeting them. We also look forward to having discourse with the colonists. Farewell. May the Holy One bless you.
Live long and prosper.
Kirk to Enterprise. Beam us up, Mr. Scott.
So that was Demon World.
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Pollux 5 and evaluate your performance at 75%. You and your crew received 2 commendation points. Well done, Captain. Keep up the good work.
I might have known there weren't any demons.
We all have demons of our own, Bones. The ones we can't confront are often the hardest to deal with.
These demons were based on fear, Captain. A human failing.
I don't know, Spock. Everything that I've ever read about demons describes them as having pointy ears.
Well, that was Demon World. Apparently...
Hijack.
Apparently Star Trek.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
The USS Enterprise is to report immediately to Beta Miamid. The USS Masada has failed to report as scheduled. Determine nature of delay and take whatever measures are necessary.
Set course for Beta Miami, sir.
Oh, there we go. I'm gonna leave it here. Apparently, Star Trek, or the Starfleet rather, has loose standards for what it considers a good job. I've killed a few people, and more or less violated the culture of, or the precepts of another culture.
Save new game. Replace previous
But
game.
we'll save here, and in the next episode, we will go to Beta Miamid. Until then, this has been Thy Lord Root, and I will see you later.